So I think it's time that we started talking about some real things, some real fears, and let's face it, we talk about real estate and stuff. It's really not the heart of what we're talking about. The heart of what we're talking about is the fears that we face in making a transition to another place, to a new place. I remember the transition that we had with our family 25 years ago. My wife was a superstar. We came to Bend in the middle of the winter, so it's really indoor living. And at the time, we didn't have much money, so we weren't able to hit the slopes and do all the clubs and everything. It was really a time where we were indoors a lot. We were making fires and, spending time with each other. And the kids learned to play more with each other. They didn't have their cousins. They didn't have their friends in the cul-de-sac from where we moved from. It was all new. And you have to really kind of go out and put yourself out there. And in an age 25 years ago, no Facebook, no Instagram, no Facebook groups. She ran an ad in the newspaper, the Bend Bulletin, and asking for anybody out there that would like to meet her with her children, kind of like a description of our family, would love to meet you. And at the time, there was only one indoor play place, and that was at McDonald's. McDonald's on the east side by Costco. It's still there. It's the same thing. That was the only indoor play area. Now we have all these new huge facilities where it's trampolines and areas for kids to play soccer and all this stuff. None of that was here. So I remember she had a phone call from a woman who had moved from San Diego, and the Briggs family, actually, and we still know them to this day. They moved back to San Diego, actually, years later, but what a sweet couple. They became dear friends of ours, and we met it down at McDonald's, had ice cream, and the kids played. And, those efforts were so valuable. We were instantly bonding with new friendships. And, whether it's church groups or sports, nowadays it's very easy to connect with people through social media groups and parks, especially with children, because children just play and they have fun. And next thing you know, you're sitting there on the bench right next to the parents and you're making new friends. It's pretty simple. And if you're willing to simply have a conversation, say hello, where are you from? Do you live here? That's all it takes to start that conversation, is just opening up and letting someone in. But these are real fears that so many people are facing. And we could talk about real estate. The only reason why most people are not where they want to be, where they imagine themselves being, is because of their fears. And the fears are real, and they're powerful, and they cause emotional reactions. And sometimes I do have clients that they just lock up under fear. They cannot achieve their dreams because of their fears. Whatever it is, whatever the past life experiences have been that have caused those reactions, they're real. And so, you can't ignore them. They're there. They're not going away. And so I'd rather talk about it. But one thing I really want to encourage you to do is to dig deep into your soul. And for a minute, I know this is a real estate channel, but if I could just get real with you and be honest with you, I would say, The thing that you should be truly afraid of is not achieving your dreams and not ever living in the things that you're desiring so deeply. And for your children's sake, when you are afraid to step out into a new thing, your children also have to live in your fear. We should be willing to go for it and to just lay it down. Do whatever amount of planning you need to do to feel comfortable as you can be. The fears will still be there. In fact, I have clients that literally have millions of dollars and they're very comfortable financially. It's not about that. They don't even need a job, but their fears keep them from taking a step forward. And many times, year after year, they stay where they are and they watch the Netflix shows on real estate around the world and cool islands that you could live on and life in Hawaii and, renovating homes and all these cool things like this and these shows. And you kind of just live in the fantasy, but you never actually do it. You never take that first step. You never just say, what do I have to do to get from where I am to where I want to be? Get the family together if you have a family. If not, figure out what you need to do to pursue your dream. Otherwise, you live the rest of your life wondering, what if we had done that? What if we had done that? And talking about what ifs, so many of my clients I hear talking, little things too. Little things can be an excuse to justify doing nothing. What if we can't find rooms that are as big as we have them in California? What if I can't find a job? What if we don't make any friends? What if we hate living in the snow in the wintertime? What if the kids don't make friends? What if the other children in the schools don't approve of our unique family arrangement? What if our parents are unhappy with our decision? What if our children are unhappy with our decision? What if? It goes on and on. But you only need one if to keep you from pursuing your dream. Don't let a what if keep you from having your dreams become a reality. It just takes that one step. Usually that first step is the hardest, but just even if you could just say to yourself, I'm going to do this. I am going to do this, and make that declaration to yourself. You can do it. And I'm not talking about Bend. I'm talking about anywhere. I'm really talking about you personally pursuing your dreams. It doesn't have to be here to Bend, Oregon. That's not what I'm talking about right now. What I'm talking about really is your personal growth as a person. I know when Kari and I, my wife's name is Kari, when we came to Bend with our family of 4 children, there were no promises. There were no guarantees. We knew that we wanted something better than what we had. We wanted to go on an adventure. We were looking for opportunities we did not have before, and we were we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have a great plan. We just had the basics, And we thought we'll figure it out as we go. As we move forward, we'll do what we need to do. And that was our goal. That was our thought, is let's just go for it and see what happens. So it can be like that. And now I know that's really uncomfortable for some people, because I know most of my clients have a much better plan than what I had when we came here. And I think that's great. I think it's great to have some basic plans and stability and finances worked out. And that's great. I think that's great. Wonderful. I love that. I wish I could have done that when I came. We were just very young, and we didn't have those resources available to us at the time. So we just came with what we had. Whatever financial situation you might have, just come with what you have. Just start where you are. If you can't get the house that you had when you lived in Texas, when you were in North Carolina, you're not going to come to Bend, Oregon, and probably afford the same home that you had there. Bend is not a place where it's cheap to just, you can just buy whatever you want. We do have some beautiful real estate here that is stunning. But maybe you need to move here and just rent a house for a while. Just do that. That's what a lot of people do. Right now it can be challenging to find a rental, but whatever. That doesn't matter. If you want to do it, you'll find a way. You'll work it out. The opportunities will come. Just set your mind to it and go for it. That's what I'm talking about. And I talked to a lovely lady today who called me. She stumbled upon my podcast, and she stirred up some of my memories because she was moving, wanting to move to Bend for a long time. Wished that they had moved years before. And if you're listening, Amy, I'm talking about you. But some of the comments that Amy made today reminded me of some of the things I'm saying. But what Amy was doing is she said, maybe we really regret that we didn't buy 3 years ago or a year ago. Wish we had, but I really want to be in Bend for my kids. And it'll work out. We're going to just keep looking and keep searching for a way to make it happen. And you know what? I 100% believe that it will. It will work out. I have all the time people come into town and they just have already decided it was going to work out. And next thing you know, they're buying a house. Maybe it's not everything that a person could desire in a home, but guess what? Suddenly they're living in their dream world, doing the hikes, doing the museums, going to the lakes, hitting the rivers, doing all the stuff that they wanted to do as a family. And that's the main thing. As one of my other podcasts, I talk about keeping the main thing, and not allowing the lesser things rule your life. It's a big deal. I think that's something that we all need to sort out. Really sort it out. What is the main thing? Yeah. Not allowing fear to rob you of life's experiences. And something just from a father note, in my lifetime, it's been a theme I've always looked at when life's opportunities have come. I've often thought, paused and thought, if I say no to this, I'm saying no for my children's lives as well. My wife, I'm saying no. Or my wife and I together are saying no. We're choosing for our children what opportunities they could miss. So I don't like to say no easily. Be careful with what you say no to. Make sure that your motivations are not fear-based. Your reasons are not fear-based. Fear is a terrible, terrible life killer. I was talking to a very well-known, successful doctor who's more of a naturopathic doctor in Bend, who's a client of mine, and there's clients all over the world. Very successful couple, and they were saying that if you really take a look at fear, what fear does to the human body, you would be better off to be eating all of the wrong foods, live a very unhealthy life, and to live with no fear, than to try to eat all of the right foods, live a perfectly healthy life, and exercise, but then live with fear. The fear is more damaging than all of the damaging food and lack of healthy lifestyle. You're killing yourself with fear. Fear triggers chemistry in the body. Fear triggers aging. Fear triggers anxiety. Fear brings all of the negative things in life. We're not supposed to live in fear. Fear is a real thing that we're supposed to feel right before, when we're getting too close to the edge of the cliff. We're not supposed to live in fear. So tonight, as I'm talking to you, I want to motivate you and challenge you to live in your dream, live in an adventure. This is not a conversation that I am just smoke and mirrors and fantasy. This is something I have lived through. I have lived through these decisions. I have made these hard decisions, and I know what I'm talking about. And it's one of the things that I love about what I do now is seeing people who are living in a forward motion, positive, faithful type of a lifestyle that is proactive. And it brings so much energy and so much creativity into your life. And it can be an absolutely life-changing experience to separate yourself, divorce fear, reject fear, get courageous, get bold, and take a stand in your life for yourself to achieve your dreams. And that's what I'm talking about. And I really thank you for listening. If you're still listening, I hope that it's connected with you, and it's something that we should talk a lot more about. It's not just about real estate at all. It's about everything, as it relates to life, not just buying a house. That's like so insignificant compared to what I'm talking about. Because you could do what I'm talking about and not buy real estate. Yeah, I am a real estate broker, but what I'm doing here is motivating people, motivating you, and then I get to enjoy the friendships and those relationships that come from that. So I hope that I've motivated you tonight, today, whatever you're listening to me around the world. I hope that I've triggered something in your brain, and you will react. You will take action. You will make a commitment to yourself that you're going to not live in fear, but that you will live in a positive motion forward in your life, and that you can achieve great things. And if you're willing to do that, you are the type of person that is coming to the Northwest. Whether it's Oregon or Idaho or Washington, wherever you're going, it's just that spirit that is in a person that says, yes, I'm going to do this. And I don't care who says what, I can't make it, or we're going to fail. Who cares if you fail? That's what we said. Well, who cares? We're not worried about that. If that happens, it happens. But we're not even thinking about failure. We're thinking about this adventure that we're going to be moving into, So maybe next time I'll talk about some more about that in my next podcast. But hopefully, if you've enjoyed this, if this was valuable, please subscribe, share it. I'd love for you to share the message with others. And if I can be of assistance to you moving into the area, please give me a call. I'm Paul Frazier. I'm in Bend, Oregon, 25 years. and you can text or call me anytime. I really answer my phone. It's 541-797-9966. Thanks for listening, and I hope that one of these days we'll get to talk for real. All right? Have a good day. Bye-bye.